Hello there everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Elliot Webber and something very unexpected was announced this morning. It was announced this morning, as I've just said, that Team Hard will be on the grid for the 2024 BTCC season, running just the two cars. So obviously, let's get straight into this. Now, as I said, it was announced this morning at about, I believe, 11:15, I think it was. So not too early, but early enough. And it was announced that Team Hard are going to be on the grid for the 2024 season. They are essentially back on the grid after, whilst not announcing that they weren't going to be on the grid, it was well known that they weren't going to be on the grid purely for the fact that they weren't listed on the TBL licenses, but of course they still have two of them. Turns out they do still own, well, they don't own, but they are going to be using Aiden Moffat's two TBL licenses. Of course, as we know, Aiden Moffat has no real need to use them. Of course, he will be running in one of the 4 Toyota TBLs there, so he has no real need to use them. So he's leased them out to Team Hard for the 2024 season. Of course, as we know, Team Hard sold 2 of their TBLs to Restart Racing for the 2024 season, in which, so luckily, we'll still have 4 CUPRAs on the grid. And I mentioned 4 because, as I said, Team Hard will also be only using 2 cars, which I think is a great decision. Tony Gilliam said in the press release that using 6 cars definitely hindered their funding and their budget for this season. And I'm not surprised given the fact that running 6 cars I think is pretty much impossible. Even if you're a Formula 1 team, running 6 cars would be pretty difficult. So yeah, but obviously that was a big shame initially to lose Team Hard, but it's so glad that they're back, and also very glad that they're making the right choices this time. Tony Gilliam has said that they've had a complete business restructure. They're now going to look into this season much differently to how they used to work. So it does seem like that we will be getting, you know, of course we're only getting 2 cars, which only means 2 drivers, but that does mean that hopefully Team Hard can be a little bit more successful than in recent years. Of course, even though there has been multiple podiums over the past few years, they still only have that one race win taken by Jack Goff in 2019. So yes, so is this a shock? Of course it is, because we all thought that, oh yeah, there'd only be like 21 cars on the grid due to Team Hard leaving and One Motorsport, of course, taking a year out, hopefully just a year out. So yeah, but yeah, it is really good to see Team Hard somehow find some funding. I don't know how they managed to find the funding, whether or not it will be more sponsors coming in, whether or not it will be existing sponsors putting in more money, whether they've set up a different team. So of course it's a different team, but it isn't. I read somewhere that it's now that the business is now Team Hard Racing Limited instead of just Team Hard Racing. I'm not too sure about that. I don't know. I'm not a business person. I don't know how any of that business stuff works. So yeah, whether it's the same team, just luckily found some budget, or it's a new team set up by Tony Gilliam, again, I'm not too sure. I don't know how any of that works, but yeah, as I mentioned, as I'm going to keep saying throughout this video, it is great to see Team Hard come back. Tony Gilliam has also said that he has already signed 1 driver out of the potential 2 that we are going to see. Who that may be, I don't know. There's been a ton of names being thrown about, so let me just run down some of the names that have been thrown about, in which, of course, 2 of them already been thrown about is Bobby Thompson and Michael Creese. That doesn't really surprise me. Of course, both Bobby T and Michael Creese drove for Team Hard last year in the CUPRAs, and in which Bobby Thompson took 2 podiums, I think he took 2 podiums, both from coming at Brands Hatch, one at Indy and one at GP. So if it is Bobby Thompson again, I wouldn't be surprised, but at the same time, I really hope he does get a top drive. I know there has been some murmurs that he could be in that final in one of the BMW seats, but I think that's quite unlikely. But who knows at this point. Yeah, Michael Creese as well. Wouldn't be surprised if he came back, though I have heard some rumours that he could be on his way to TCR. But who knows, again, at this point. And another name that's been thrown about a little bit is Senna Proctor. Apparently there has been some murmurs that maybe Senna Proctor could be making his BTCC return, in which I'd very much like to see that. I think Bobby Thompson, I think Senna Proctor was robbed of a 2022 touring car seat. Of course, we haven't seen Proctor on the grid since 2021 when he did the majority of the season with BTC Racing, of course, as well racing with Accelerate and BMR and Vauxhall as well in previous seasons for Senna. So I really hope Senna Proctor comes back. He hasn't been racing since that, since 2021. So I really do hope that Senna is on the grid, and if it's with Team Hard, then I think that will be a great place for him. Senna always seemed to extract the best out of a car, no matter what car he was in, and plus every single season he kept getting better and better. So I really do hope to see Senna back. But I don't know, man. I really don't know who it's going to be. I'd imagine it will be two former drivers from Team Hard. It could be another rookie coming up from Mini Challenge. Could be someone moving from TCR to touring car to BTCC. I do not know at this point, so I can't give you any predictions because obviously I expected Team Hard, like everyone else, to not be on the grid this year. So I can't give any predictions. I really have no idea who it's going to be, though if I had to guess, it would probably be Bobby Thompson and Daryl DeLeon would be my guesses. But yeah, anyway, that is pretty much it, guys. What are your thoughts on Team Hard's sudden but a welcome return for them? Of course, they've been gone for about 6 weeks, I think. But yeah, it's great to see Team Hard back, as I mentioned. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Of course, if you're new around here, be sure to like this video, share with your mates as well, because it of course does help my channel grow. And yeah, and I'll see all of you guys probably in a few hours. I'm actually going on Hopper's Motorsport, or Andy. Hi Andy, if you're watching this, on Hopper's Motorsport on his Facebook Live in a couple of hours. So yeah, be sure to join the Facebook Live there. Hopper's Motorsport, I think, is his Facebook name. So yeah, I hope to see you there. A little interview, something I've never done before. Will be quite interesting, I'm sure. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.